After years of depression from losing his wife and destroying his kingdom while trying to save her, resulting in the ruination of the Blessed Isles into the Shadow Isles, VIEGO, the Ruined King, returns again, seeking his queen that will probably be the next champion once more. His passive is the most complicated ability, so let's go over it first. If an enemy champion dies within 3 seconds of VIEGO damaging them, their soul remains in place and VIEGO can possess them, healing and gaining access to their non-ultimate abilities, their auto attacks and items for 10 seconds, while also getting a free cast of his ultimate and increased movement speed towards enemy champions. He keeps his summoner spells, runes and trinkets, but cannot use active items or consumables. If he's not yet level 6, he doesn't get a free charge of his ultimate. Also, he only gets the abilities the enemy has learned, so if you possess an enemy that is level 1, you only get the one ability they have learned. After 10 seconds, he returns to his normal form or sooner by using the ultimate. If he dies while possessing, he dies. And if he doesn't possess a body, it disappears after a few seconds. Blade of the Ruined King is VIEGO's Q, having a passive and an active. The passive is that he deals additional percentage-based damage, and his first auto attack against an enemy he has recently damaged with an ability hits a second time, dealing increased damage and healing him. This effect remains during possession, meaning if you use an ability of a possessed champion, then your next auto attack will do this bonus damage and healing. This second strike can crit applies on hit effects while not possessing and has increased healing versus jungle monsters, helping him with sustain while clearing it since he's a jungler. But it's really insane late game with a full build, and this effect works on minions too. And the active of this Q is a stab, dealing damage to every enemy hit. The cast of this ability is reduced with attack speed and also deals increased damage to jungle monsters, and it's also pretty insane in late game with some attack speed items. Spectral Maw is the Edge's Lich King's passive, starting a channel that slows him and on release dashing and throwing the mist forward, dealing magic damage and stunning the first enemy hit. The longer the channel, the longer the stun, and the cooldown of this ability is reduced if it's interrupted. The Jailer's E is Harrowed Path, creating a mist over terrain, and while inside it gaining camouflage, increased movement speed and attack speed. He can go in and out of it like a Kali's W, and if it hits a wall or structure, it creates its range around it, working on towers, inhibitors and the nexus as well, and if used on long walls it will keep going until the time runs out. And the ultimate Heartbreaker discards any soul he's possessing if he's possessing one at a time, teleporting to the targeted location, dealing damage to the lowest percent health champion and slowing them, and less damage to the rest of the enemies in the area and knocking them back. It also applies on hit effects to the primary target and spell effects to every target. It can be used over most walls as well, and is the free charge ability you get while possessing an enemy to get out of them. Maxing out the abilities, Q increases the damage, health percentage, minimum health damage and reduces the cooldown, W increases the base damage, E the movement speed and attack speed while inside it to 30 and 50% and lowers the cooldown, and the ultimate the missing health damage percentage and reduces the cooldown. For the build, obviously you go with the Blade of the Ruined King as the first item so he can dual wield swords, then more damage and attack speed items like Kraken Slayer or Trinity Forts, attack speed boots and items with on-hit damage like Wit's End, and finish it up with something like Dead's Dance for some healing and the Collector maybe. He seems really strong with a full build at 18, doing amazing damage and super fast. The Q passive with the double attack that can crit and applies on hit effects helps a lot. I think he will be really strong in teamfights, especially if he can just hop on every enemy killed one by one, heal, use their abilities and get a free ultimate and then repeat. That's it for the abilities. I really like how he plays. Like I said, I've been wanting a possession ability in the game for a long time, though it's different from what I imagined. I thought he would be able to take control of the enemy while they are alive and force their team to fight them for a few seconds, but that would have been too powerful probably. In the champions section today, they said the next 3 champions will be related to VIEGO, and that the first one will be a tailor, and his wife Isolde was a seamstress, so expect to see the Ruined Queen as the next champion. Enjoy his emotes, and take a look at his skin as well, Lunar Beast. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and it helped you understand him better, and subscribe if you are new here, or I will possess you when you sleep and do it myself from your computer. And I will see you soon. Bye bye.
nation cannot end. Not yet! Mist, get out of my lands, I command you! Step aside, peasant. You're nothing compared to my queen. Went down the wrong pipe. Where is she? My heart beckons. Her eyes towards No, she remains in this world. I can feel it.